Hey, America. Why do senators need so much money to run for a job that pays only $174,000 per year? Well, we got to talk about this. Here's Lindsey Graham from South Carolina bragging about his $110 million war chest in a meeting discussing federal legislation on government subsidies for federal legislators' campaigns.
What's that got to do with voting? Nothing. It's got to do with political power, trying to have the federal government subsidize campaigns favorable to you. And if 6-to-1 match had been in place in my recent election, South Carolina would have probably had over $1 billion spent. I think the people of South Carolina deserve better than that. I raised 110. My opponent raised 132. If you had a 6-to-1 match, it'd have been about $1 billion.
90% of Senator Graham's war chest of $110 million was provided to him through out-of-state donations. Washington, D.C. is most certainly outside of the state of South Carolina. Washington, D.C. is where all lobbyists are based and where Lindsey Graham calls his second home, and admittedly, where he works for $174,000 a year. All right, so how much should it cost to choose a senator? This is the crux of the matter. The very first paragraph of Article 1, Section 3 of the United States Constitution discusses this. The Senate of the United States shall be composed of 2 senators from each state, chosen by the legislature thereof, for 6 years, and each senator shall have 1 vote. Now, it shouldn't cost a damn dime to choose a senator, and the state legislatures should be advised of all federal legislation being discussed by the Senate. More work and discourse and less time to screw up their state. The Senate was the mechanism the founders used to share federal power with the state legislatures. Because of the Supremacy Clause and the Necessary and Proper Clause of this document, Article 1, Section 3 of the United States Constitution is what the 17th Amendment bastardized. It was passed by Congress and ratified by the state legislatures to make their lives easier. Most politicians call us a democracy in their speeches, when in reality, we're supposed to be a republic. Well, at least that was Benjamin Franklin's thoughts, and it was enshrined in our Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead, say it to yourself or out loud. What we really are is an oligarchical plutocracy. More about what an oligarchical plutocracy is in future videos. But there's a lot more to cover first. Like, subscribe, and share this video with all your social media contacts.
I knew I would fall. I want you back where you belong.